Coming up after we recap last week, I've got a couple bets for you today. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Jason Mattis with Winning Bets. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode and kicking off a new week with me here as we give out free sports picks every single day. Of course, I always hope you guys had a good, fantastic weekend. Actually ended up being okay here in Chicago. Not much rain on Saturday. We did get to that Lego store. We put together a big old fire station, fire truck all weekend long. The little man was absolutely happy with that. So yeah, just a good weekend here. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. Let's go ahead and recap last week, and then we do have some more bets for you as we roll out our Monday slate of bets. Last week was another profitable week. We went 20-16 and plus 2.82 units. So as you can see right there, as you guys know, that's now consecutive weeks here of putting money in your pocket. We're back on the winning ways here on Winning Bets, and that's absolutely what we love. Let's go through a couple of those. Let's remember a couple wins and a couple losses from last week. We had that Brewers F5. That was the game with Corbin Burns where he absolutely dominated, and we cruised to a nice, easy F5 win right there. We got 3 no-run in the first inning bets that go ahead and cash for us last weekend. And actually, speaking of, a couple of you guys have actually hit me up and have asked for what my record was. I actually meant to have that on today's show. Damn it. So I will look that up. But I know off the top of my head, we've probably won 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 more than what we've lost. But yeah, a couple of you did hit me up, and I will actually look that up. I meant to have that. My apologies on there. So I will get that to you here shortly. We also did go 5-0 on Wednesday, so that was an excellent time for us on Wednesday. Those were some of the crazy ones with the with the Reds team total thrown in there. Actually, all 3 of those wins were absolutely sweats, but we got all 3 of them to have good bets and no more bigger than that Reds team total. That was awesome. We did the Everton double chance on Friday. That was an easy bet. Even though Arsenal dominated the game, they dominated the play, they dominated the possession. Thankfully, we did get the right result because that was certainly an easy bet to make. And yeah, Everton came through for us there. We cashed under 2.5 in that Chelsea-West Ham game. I mean, under 2.5 has just been cashing all the time there in Chelsea. I know you got to remember, remove that West Brom game. But other than that, it just seems like the unders in Chelsea games are cashing. So we'll look to keep ride that out as long as they put that out under minus 150. I'll keep playing that because that's just been straight money right there. And then in UFC, we did go 2-1. Shout out to Anthony here on the support. I told you guys on Friday I was looking for some UFC bets to go ahead and use those 3 profit boosts, and Anthony reached out. He had a couple of ways where we could go ahead and use those bets. So yeah, I went 2-1 on UFC. All of them were at plus money, so a profitable night right there. And then we had 2 winners off of OddsJam, so risk-free arbitrage bets right there from OddsJam. Went ahead and put some easy money in our pockets. As for some notable losses, went 0-3 on Monday, went 0-3 on Friday. For whatever reason, while we've been profitable the last 2 weeks, the last 2 Mondays haven't been profitable. So we got to turn that around today and get some winners in your hands there for you on this Monday. But yeah, so rough Monday, rough Friday. Urena didn't go over 4.5 Ks, and then a Dodgers team total there where they only got 1 run. So really good week there. Able to put some solid money in your pocket, even going 0-3 on Mondays and Fridays. So yeah, just a good week overall. Like I said, consecutive weeks now of putting money in the pocket. How about those MLB Underdogs? Remember last week we went into the week at plus 27.16 units. We now stand at 150 wins, 165 losses, and plus 29.13 units. So almost made roughly two units there off the MLB Underdog. So we were certainly high and fly there till about, maybe about Thursday, maybe Friday, and then the Underdogs had a rough 3-day stretch, but overall they put another 2 units in our pocket, and they continue that trend of the Underdogs keep making money, so we'll obviously love to keep riding that out. Let's give away some more money on today's show with the NBC Sports Predictor League, the NBA pick and roll contest that happened over the weekend. We have a new winner. Chiefs fan was finally taken down by S. Lowry. S. Lowry had 40 points. In fact, he was able to double up the competition as the couple people were right behind him with 20 points. So just a real good, solid week there by S. Lowry, getting 40 points and really putting himself significantly up in that first place by 20 points. So yeah, good job by him. Go ahead and hit me up on Twitter, and I'll, of course, drop you that $20 that you've got coming your way. Congratulations. Let's, before I do have the 2 bets, I did cash in my DK crowns. I don't know how often you guys do this, but I finally had enough where I could get about half a unit. So I went ahead and cashed them and got $7.60. So that's why we're going to turn around this Monday. We've already done it by putting half a unit in our pocket. And now we're going to give you guys some winning bets to go along with that. So let's do that. And I'll add that to the bankroll on today's balance here at the Monday's recap. We'll add that 0.5 units there for those DK crowns. First bet I want to go ahead and get for you guys is the Yankees team total over 5 runs, and they're going up against the Orioles there. And you can get that one at minus 110 over PointsBet. This bet opened at plus 5.5, or 5.5 over at DraftKings. It's now down to 4.5. So depending on how you want to play it, if you want to play it with me over on FanDuel and PointsBet, have it at 5 so you can get a push. If you don't want to give yourself the push but give yourself worse odds, DraftKings has now fallen down to 4.5 off of the line when it opened there at 5.5. People are reading into that Yankees offense sputtering, but you know what? Offense sputter and go as the opposing starting pitching, is presented to them. And we got Matt Harvey on the bump right here. All 4 starts of his season have been bad, just like he's had a rough couple of years ago of it. 19 innings pitched, 24 hits, 11 runs, 2 home runs. He's given up both home runs at Camden Yards, and that's what you see here at the hitter-friendly Camden Yards there at Baltimore. The Yankees have cashed their over in 13 of their last 16 games at Baltimore. One of those 3 misses was in a 7-inning game doubleheader there. So yeah, they've had an outstanding track record there of at Baltimore at Camden Yards, just putting up runs. Like I said, cashed 13 in the last 16. You get Matt Harvey on the bump right here, should absolutely crush him. So Yankees team total over 5 was an easy bet. Let's hope we get the right result. And then the next bet was also another easy bet to pull the trigger on. Marlins versus Brewers, no run the first inning at minus 152 over at DraftKings. Tweeted this one out last night. This one was going to have all kinds of line movement, not in your favor. So hope you guys did already get on this. Otherwise, maybe you'll consider dropping in a parlay. But Rogers is on the mound and versus Burns is on the mound. We've cashed both of these pitchers already this season. They put money in our pockets. We know them. We don't need to dwell on these guys a whole lot. You know them. And we've literally, these guys have put money in our pocket. And as for Burns, I told you guys we're going to look to almost play every single start of his going forward. Well, this time you get a dream matchup because he's paired up with Rogers on the other side. So the no run the first inning was certainly a no-brainer bet. And it's obviously such a good bet. That's why there's so much juice in this one when the line opened at minus 152. So yeah, let's get no run that first inning there between the Marlins and Brewers. Those are the only 2 bets I've got right now. There's a couple other bets I'm eyeing, but both of these have potential to cash before the other one's first pitch goes off. So look for me on Twitter if we're successful with these 2. I've got a couple more in mind that I want to go ahead and pull the trigger on. So again, just look for me on Twitter. It's at WinningBetsPod. It's at WinningBetsPod. We can do that. And otherwise for Leicester Crystal Palace, if you could go ahead and bet on Leicester, I can't blame you. But pesky Palace, I'm going to stay away from the old pesky Palace. You guys remember they've tripped up a lot of people lately with the Brighton game where we cashed in that game because we were in over 4.5 shots on target. And then the same thing in Everton, we were over 4.5 shots on target where we got both a cash in those 2 games. Most people were tripped up because that's what Palace has been doing is they're just real pesky and they seem to get goals out of nothing or goals really late. I'm not willing to back on Leicester because of that Palace. Leicester's obviously, certain the better team. Their shots on target, the juice was way up. I think it was about minus 180 last I looked. So I'm going to go ahead and stay away from that game even though Leicester is by far and away the better team. I'm going to be really pissed if, Palace get some dumb late goal or they just get a goal, and end up getting a draw or something. But yeah, obviously Leicester should handle them, and good luck to you if you go ahead and back Leicester in that game. Otherwise, guys, yeah, look for me on Twitter. Let's see how these 2 early MLB games unfold, and then maybe look to pull a trigger on one more later on this. Otherwise, guys, again, I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Hope you guys have a good Monday. I'll go on top with that, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a good one. Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.